chain network of manufacturers and service providers that work together to convert goods from raw material to end user, linked through physical flows, information flows, and monetary flows. Operations function. Inputs. Outputs. Operations management. Upstream. Downstream activities or firm's position later in the supply chain relative to another activity or firm of interest. First-tier supplier, supplier that provides products or services directly to a particular firm. Second-tier supplier. Supply chain management. Score model. Process selection. Forecasting. Capacity planning. Inventory management. Planning and control. Purchasing. Logistics. Structural elements. Infrastructural elements. Mission statement. Business strategy. Core competencies. Functional strategy. Operations and supply chain strategy. Quality. Time. Flexibility. 4 performance dimensions. Stages of business strategy alignment. Sales and operations planning. Strategic planning. Tactical planning. Detailed planning and control. Top-down planning. Bottom-up planning. Level capacity strategy. Chase demand strategy. Mixed capacity strategy. Forecast. Laws of forecasting. 1. Forecasts are almost always wrong. 2. Forecasts for near-term tend to be more accurate. 3. Forecasts for groups of products are more accurate. 4. Forecasts aren't substitutes for calculated values. Time series model. Quantitative forecasting models that use time series to develop forecasts. Moving average model. A time series forecasting model that derives a forecast by taking an average of recent demand values. Forecast error. Actual value. Forecasted value. Production line. Type of manufacturing process used to produce a narrow range of standard items with identical or highly similar designs. Product-based layout. A type of layout where resources are arranged sequentially according to the steps required to make a product. Cycle time. For a line process, the actual time between completions of successive units on a production line. Continuous flow process. Type of manufacturing process that is similar to a production line, however, the product cannot be broken into discrete units. Job shop. Type of manufacturing process used to make a wide variety of highly customized products in quantities as small as 1. General purpose equipment and broadly skilled workers. Functional layout. Type of layout where resources are physically grouped by function. Batch manufacturing. Type of manufacturing process where items are moved through the different manufacturing steps in groups. Fixed position layout. Type of manufacturing layout in which the position of the product is fixed. Materials, equipment, and workers are transported to and from the product. 4 levels of customization. Make to stock, finish to order, make to order, engineer to order. Make to stock products. Products that require no customization. General products and are produced in large enough volumes to justify keeping finished goods inventory. Finish to order products. Products that are customized only at the very end of the manufacturing process. Make to order products. Products that use standard components but the final configuration of those components is customer specific. Engineer to order products. Products that are designed and produced from the start to meet unusual customer needs or requirements. Represents highest level of customization. Business process. Set of logically related tasks or activities performed to achieve a defined business outcome. Primary process. Process that addresses the main value-added activities of an organization. Support process that performs necessary, albeit non-value-added activities. Development process that seeks to improve the performance of primary and support processes. Process map, detailed map that identifies the specific activities that make up the informational, physical, and/or monetary flows of a process. Productivity, a measure of process performance, ratio of outputs to inputs. Efficiency, a measure of process performance, the ratio of actual outputs to standard outputs. Capacity, the capability of a worker, machine, work center, plant or organization to produce output per time period. Lead capacity strategy in which capacity is added in anticipation of demand. Lag capacity strategy in which capacity is added only after demand has materialized. Match capacity strategy that strikes balance between lead and lag by avoiding periods of high under or overutilization. Break-even point, volume level for a business at which total revenues covers total costs. Inventory, stock or items used to support production, supporting activities and customer service. Cycle stock, components or products that are received in bulk by a downstream partner, gradually used up and then replenished again in bulk by an upstream partner. Safety stock, extra inventory that companies hold to protect themselves against uncertainties in either demand or replenishment time. Hedge inventory, form of inventory build-up to buffer against some event that may not happen, involves speculation of labor strikes, price increases, and unsettled governments. Transportation inventory that is moving from one link in the supply chain to another. Smoothing inventories used to reduce difference between upstream production levels and downstream demand. Independent demand inventory items with demand levels that are beyond a company's complete control. Dependent demand inventory items whose demand levels are tied directly to the company's planned production of another item. Economic order quantity that minimizes annual holding and ordering costs for an item. Master scheduling, detailed planning process that tracks production output and matches it to actual customer orders. Forecasted demand, in context of master scheduling, the company's best estimate of the demand in any period. Master production schedule, the amount of product that will be finished and available for sale at the beginning of each week. This schedule drives more detailed planning activities such as material requirements planning. Material requirements planning, a planning process that translates the master production schedule into planned orders for the actual parts and components needed to produce the master schedule items. Bill of materials, listing of all the sub-assemblies, intermediates, parts, and raw materials that go into a parent assembly showing the quantity of each required. Lead time, in context of the material requirements plan, the time from when a component is ordered until it arrives and is ready to use. Functional area problems. 1. Loyalty to functional group. 2. Processes span multiple functional areas. 3. No single group has complete view or control over supply chain process. Transformation process. All businesses associated with the flow and transformation of goods from the raw material stage through the end user that have value to the end user. Score model. Plan, source, make, deliver, return. Plan, demand, supply planning and management. Source, sourcing stocked, make to order and engineer to order products. Make to stock, make to order and engineer to order production execution. Deliver, order, warehouse, transportation and installation management for stocked, make to order and engineer to order products. Return of raw materials to supplier and receipt of returns of finished goods from customers, defective, excess, and MRO products. Supply chain responsiveness, ability of SC to respond to wide range of quantities demanded, meet short lead times, handle wide variety of products, and respond to demand-supply uncertainty. Supply chain drivers, quality and customer value information systems, inventory, facilities, capacity, nodes, transportation, links. Nodes include facilities such as plants and warehouses. Links include the transportation to and from each node. Qualitative forecasting. Forecasting used when situation is vague and little data exists. New products, new technology. It involves intuition and experience. Quantitative forecasting. Forecasting used when situation is stable and historical data exists. Existing products, current technology. It involves heavy use of mathematical techniques. Manufacturing transformation process, grouping of activities that converts inputs into outputs and have value to the end user. Works in progress, inventory that is sitting somewhere active in process of becoming a final product. Disconnected line flow, assembly line but has low volume output. Examples of continuous flow, sugar refinery, brewery, coal handling, electric power generation, paper manufacturing. Efficiency, actual output/effective capacity. Utilization, actual output/design capacity. Bottleneck, operation that has the lowest effective capacity of any operation in the facility and limits the system's output. Stages of bottlenecks. 1. Identify constraint. 2. Exploit. Focus on constraint. 3. Work the constraint. 4. Elevate the constraint. 5. Find new constraint and repeat. Holding costs, cost of keeping inventory on the shelf. Ordering costs, cost of the purchase agent, information system, receiving labor and transportation costs. Setup costs, process costs associated with making change over to different product in manufacturing. Reorder point, when the quantity on hand of an item drops to this amount, the item is reordered. Product structure tree, visual depiction of the requirements in a bill of materials where all components are listed by levels and lead times.